here we go, y'all. They about to go into the courtroom. This is the. I guess you can't be on that side, huh?
No, you can't block this part here.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to be here?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to take your spot. First come, first serve.
Whatever you want.
Well,
I'm not getting this stuff. Go for it.
there go Tisha. Yeah, you got a fan. She has a YouTube channel. I watch her YouTube channel all the time.
I watched the one girl who goes in first. She's the first little Asian girl, Stephanie.
Oh, Rotten Mangoes.
My daughter is like, oh, Dad, so what's going on down at the trial? I follow this girl a little bit. I'm like, show me her picture. So she showed me a picture. I got a video with her yesterday morning. She's like,
yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she's
my
awesome.
daughter likes her.
It's literally my favorite thing. I watch them all the time. It's the only way I can watch my own videos is someone's reacting.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, Rotten Mangoes. With the TV come on.
Yeah, oh
Guess what? I was at work. I came to
we do, Uncle Mike.
I came to see you. Hey,
I'm about to set up.
we gonna exchange numbers.
Yeah, Mike.
We gonna do some business
You have to
together.
do that, big brother.
Doing IT work.
Yeah.
And I set up all my camera work at work. And I sat there and do your whole hour.
yeah. Is it for real?
Right at work. I swear, if you was to look at those videos, you would see he is at work. I had to stop and go answer the door, and I come back and do. You are. You.
Wow. Are you here for the whole time?
No, I'm leaving today. I'm going back to do some work. I'm putting some stuff together. Yeah, I'm gonna come back for the. Where are you from?
I'm actually from down south. I'm from Atlanta.
Wow, I never knew.
So you here for the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, we need to cut the cameras because I want to ask you some
Okay,
questions.
yes,
All right, that's
Crazy.
Rotten Mangoes. You understand now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it. When I got it, I got it.
Yeah. Correct.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get something to eat.
I have my umbrella.
I'm gonna put all my equipment away, and I'm gonna see can I go in and probably make it into one of the overflow rooms.
Part 2A, the wake-up call. Man, that sleep hit different. Not the kind of sleep where you wake up refreshed, ready to take on the world. Nah, this was that Twilight Zone sleep where your body shut down but your brain stayed up, pacing in circles. I ain't even remember falling asleep. One minute I was staring at the ceiling, trying to wrap my head around day one.
Uncle Mike up early in the morning. It's 4:30. And man, I'm enjoying this.
Next thing I know, it's light outside. My phone alarm buzzing like it got attitude. But it ain't feel like a new day. It felt like I took a long nap inside a war zone. My brain still replaying everything from the day before. The crowd outside the courthouse. That little dude asking me about the free Diddy t-shirt. The fake cameraman footage that damn near had me invisible on my own video. All of it bouncing around in my head like loose change in a cup holder. I sat up slow, rubbed my eyes, and looked around that hotel room. Quiet, too quiet. You ever been somewhere that's peaceful, but it don't feel safe? That's how it was. Not because I thought somebody was gonna run up, but because I felt like something big was coming. Like I was on the edge of something I couldn't see, but it was already heading my way. No breakfast, no time to think too long. Just washed my face, threw on my gear, and checked my camera bag. Battery full, mic plugged, memory cards wiped and ready. I whispered to myself, all right, Uncle Mike, you already know, today gonna be different. Because day one, that was just the warm-up. Day two had energy. I could feel it before I even left the room. And yeah, just in case I need to tell you, I did brush my teeth. Now let's go. Part 2B, no food, no fear. This is the moment. So, boom, I wake up groggy, body still tired, but my mind wide awake. I ain't really sleep, I just shut down for a few hours. Felt more like a nap after a long studio session. You know that kind where your eyes close but your brain still editing scenes in your head? I sit up, no coffee, no breakfast. I ain't even brushed off the crust yet. I'm running on pure drive. Maryland is where I live, but Washington, D.C. raised me with eyes in the front and the back of my head. That city taught me how to move, smooth, alert, calculated. And that's exactly how I stepped out that hotel. No toast, no bacon, no eggs, just hunger. Not for food, fish for footage. I grab my gear, double check every cord, battery, lens. I'm not outside with a phone or some little camcorder no more. Nah, this ain't 2011. This is serious. I've been doing research for 3 months. Sony, Nikon, Canon, all that. Compare specs like I was building a rocket ship. And today, this the moment I bought that camera for. I hit the pavement with an empty stomach and a full vision. I ain't here to eat. I'm here to eat, you feel me? Walking to that courthouse, I remember thinking, this is it, this is the moment. This is the day I finally shoot real footage with a real camera. And as I got closer, I ain't feel fear, I ain't feel nervous. I felt ready because once I press record, the world gonna see what I see. Unfiltered, unedited, Uncle Mike style. Part 2C, where the crowd at? So boom, I'm walking up to the courthouse thinking it's about to be packed. Wall to wall, elbow to elbow. That's what folks told me the day before. Get here early, 6 a.m. sharp, or you won't even get a spot in line. I'm thinking I'm late, for real. But that's cool, I wasn't trying to stand in no line. Nah, I came to film that line. I wanted the footage, the tension, the drama. But yo, I turned the corner and the line, weak, like 10, maybe 15 people in total. You ever walk into a room expecting a party and it feel like somebody forgot to invite the DJ? That's what it felt like. I stood there for a second blinking like, nah, this ain't it. I started asking around, doing small talk with the folks in line. I ain't had my camera rolling yet. Didn't want to make nobody uncomfortable or stiff. Just wanted the real. I leaned in like, yo, what's going on? Court's still on today, right? One dude looked up and said, yeah, it's on. I've been out here since 2 a.m. 2 a.m. I almost laughed out loud. Because for what? Ain't nobody out here but you and a couple pigeons, bruh. But then it hit me. Maybe something happened. Maybe court was delayed. Or maybe people just stopped caring. And that's when I felt it. That weird little twist in the stomach. That quiet disappointment. Because, let's be real. If you Diddy, you the mogul, the boss, the $1 billion boy, and you facing all this, you probably expecting the city to show up for you. You expecting shirts, chants, free puffs, signs, cameras flashing. You expecting love, but it was crickets, light media, press zone barely filled, and a whole lot of open sidewalk. That's when I remembered what somebody said in a video, one of them insiders. They claimed Diddy was heated when he looked outside and didn't see the streets flooded for him. Said he was mad. Like what? Where my people at? Mad. And listen, I felt him because I was ready too. I had my batteries charged, my footage plan in my head, my story mapped out, but I can't lie. Even I was looking around like, dang, this the support a legend gets? So yeah, me and Diddy had something in common that morning. We both felt stood up. I started pacing around trying to make sense of it all. That's when I saw it. The wildest, smartest thing I seen all day. A one-person tent. Like straight up solo mission survival gear. Posted up on the sidewalk like a soldier in position. I was like, wait. Did somebody invent this just for trials or for anyone waiting in long lines all night? It was small, sleek, built like a cocoon. You could zip yourself in, lay back, and just wait for court to open. Genius. And then I looked around again and saw two more, different models. One was more like a pop-up coffin, in a cool way, and the other was shaped like a tiny triangle hut. Somebody really out here selling these like concert merch, like, yo, I got my free Diddy shirt and my court tent. It made me laugh a little, but also showed me something. Even when the crowd don't show up, the culture always does. People still came ready, still believed it meant something to be there, even if it was only 15 of them, even if the city ain't pull up like expected. Because sometimes it's the quiet mornings that tell the loudest truths. Part 2D. The crowd trickles in, but the energy stays low. As the day moved on, more people did start showing up. Little by little, a group here, a couple press people there, few ladies with the big shades and cameras walking like they knew they were being watched. You could feel the shift in the air, like something might happen, but no one was sure if it would. But it never exploded like I imagined. See, in my head, I had this whole vision. Street packed, barricades bouncing from the pressure of fans, helicopters overhead, news vans everywhere, folks with signs, some free Diddy, some saying justice for the victims. I pictured debates happening right there on the sidewalk. I thought people would be bumping Diddy tracks out loud or blasting "Mo Money, Mo Problems" like it was a protest anthem. But nah, it wasn't that kind of day. What we got instead was this slow simmer of curiosity. Like people weren't there because they were hyped. They were there because they didn't want to miss something, even if they didn't know what that something was. I stood there thinking, this city different. Because in Diddy's head, and even mine, this was supposed to be his OJ moment. Cameras from every network, influencers, fans, even enemies, all shoulder to shoulder fighting for a piece of the sidewalk, a scene, a frenzy. But what we got felt more like a confused family reunion. People didn't know whether to cheer, boo, film, or just stand there and act cool. I saw folks on their phones texting like they were trying to convince others to come down. One dude next to me called somebody and said, "Yeah, it's starting to pick up, but it's still chill. You ain't gonna miss nothing if you take your time." That's the energy. Real lukewarm. Now, don't get me wrong, there were a few characters who came ready for war. A guy had a camcorder from 1999 like it still worked. A woman kept walking back and forth, just acting like she was a real reporter. She had her little mic and her little questions written down. I see her walk up to someone and ask, "Do you mind doing a quick interview with me? I mean, what would you say?" "Sure, I will." Then she look at her little questions and point her mic to the buyer's lips. Others was filming their own live stream, making up anything. Hustle never sleeps, I guess, and I caught a few TikTokers setting up phones trying to capture the vibe. But what vibe? There wasn't much. They kept recording and deleting, recording and deleting. You could see it in their faces. Ain't no views in this clip. It all made me realize something deeper. The culture was watching, but from a distance. The real crowd, they were back home, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram Live, watching from the couch, reacting from the DMs. Nobody wanted to be outside anymore. They wanted to see outside from their phone. And it kind of broke my heart a little because this moment, this trial, is bigger than gossip, bigger than TMZ, bigger than Puffy. This is about what happens when fame, power, and pain all crash into the same courtroom. And somehow the streets didn't feel it that way. So I kept filming, kept watching, kept asking questions, because if the crowd wasn't going to show the world what was going on, then maybe I had to. I didn't come to play fan. I came to document the disconnect. Part 2E. The line wasn't what it looked like. I stood there thinking, this city different. But what hit me even harder was how off everything started to feel. I remember glancing at the line again, just standing there, bored, stomach growling, and something just didn't sit right. It wasn't the energy, it was the people. I looked around like, yo, why this line look like a soup kitchen? Like real talk, folks bundled up in blankets, beat down hoodies, sitting on crates like it was a shelter check-in. And I ain't saying that to clown nobody, nah. This Uncle Mike, I know struggle when I see it. I came from it, but I also know what organized setups look like, and this was starting to feel like something deeper, something planned. Then it hit me. These wasn't fans, these wasn't media folks, These was placeholders, professional line waiters. Yup, real people, probably homeless or just hustling however they can. They just found us sitting in for somebody else, holding spots for the real players. And then I saw it happen with my own eyes. Man in a sharp suit walks up, smooth like this was all normal, reaches in his jacket, pulls out a folded $100 bill, hands it to the guy in the chair, who stands up, says thank you, grabs his blanket and walks away like it's just another day. And now that suit dude is front row, clean, polished, phone in hand, like he been there all night. I watched it happen again and again. Women in sweats, men with backpacks, one by one, replaced by people with money, power, and influence. And it started making sense. Everything started making sense. This wasn't a regular line. This was the illusion of demand. Puff's people, lawyers, maybe even media outlets, they rented the front of that line. Paid for optics. Because if you're on camera first thing in the morning and all folks see is a packed line stretching around the corner, it looks like the world cares. But it ain't real. It's smoke and mirrors. I was standing in the middle of a Hollywood trick. And the credits hadn't even rolled yet. By this point, I'm like, man, I need to get something to eat. Ain't no drama, ain't no crowd, just placeholders and people pretending. So I start asking around, yo, where's the closest place to get a sandwich or something? Couple people pointed down the street, told me to try a spot 3 blocks away. I was about to go too. Turn my camera off, unplug the mic, take a little stroll and grab some food. I even remember thinking, this day gonna be slow.
Baby, they out here. What's going on, man? Yeah.
Down here, the Starbucks on the right.
Yeah.
Take a right. You go down a couple of doors, the Civic is there. That's across the street from the FBI building, the federal
So
building.
you go down here.
So the Starbucks is on the right. Then you make a right at that corner.
But right when I turned to walk off, that's when it started. Boom. A scream, a commotion, phones go up in the air, people start running toward the courthouse steps, and just like that, the day of drama begins. Part 2F. One bottle goes a long way. You ever had that feeling like you bet not leave or you might miss something? Yeah, that was me. Hungry, tired, stomach screaming for a breakfast sandwich, but something in me said, don't go yet. And bruh, I'm glad I listened. So boom, I start walking up the street anyway, right? Camera off, gear in hand, thinking about bagels or bacon or something. I see the paparazzi over to the left setting up they angles facing down the sidewalk. But I thought they was just chilling, maybe grabbing some B-roll or testing the light. Nothing crazy. I nod my head and walk right past them. But then get out the corner of my eye, I see him and I freeze. Diddy's top dog. The main man, the lawyer that's been making all the noise online, been on every YouTube channel, news feed, talk show, him, the mouthpiece, the man who's supposed to get Diddy out this mess. Walking by himself, no team, no bodyguards, no fanfare, just strutting down the block like it's a Tuesday afternoon. Man, I couldn't believe my eyes. I literally said out loud, is this real? My brain clicked faster than my stomach could complain. I swing that camera up and start filming, smooth and steady, caught him right there in the open. And you know what? He saw me, and he knew. He gave that little look like, here we go. The cameras, then nodded, smiled a bit, said a few good mornings, real smooth, real polite, walked into that courthouse like a celebrity on autopilot. And me? I ain't gonna lie, I was proud. This was my moment. I made a little history for myself. Because that dude, that's the most famous person I ever filmed in my life. This wasn't no rapper at a showcase. This wasn't no celebrity sighting in LA. Nah, this was the man in the middle of the most talked about case on earth right now. And I got him. But what stuck with me more than the footage was what he said a few weeks back. You see, they was asking him about the baby oil, right? That wild part of the case everybody been laughing at. It sounds crazy. 1,000 bottles of baby oil. And he tries to play it down, tries to dismiss it. He goes, I don't think it was 1,000 bottles. But the feds said otherwise. They counted, they documented that number. Now pause, let's be real here. You think the feds gonna throw out a wild number like that just for fun? Just to make it sound spicy? This ain't a movie, dog. They know this case got eyes on it from every angle. They not about to toss out 1,000 bottles unless they got something to back it up. And I know for a fact somebody at that bureau was like, yo, are we sure about this? Count it again, triple check. Because the internet gon' eat us alive if we wrong. So when they didn't back off that number, I said, oh, it's real. But then this man, this top lawyer, this supposed savior of Diddy says on camera, I don't know why you would need 1,000 bottles. One bottle goes a long way. Bruh, I damn near dropped my mic. If I was Diddy and I heard my lawyer say that, I'd be like, what? One bottle goes a long way? What are we even talking about? Whose side are you on? I imagine Daddy asked Diddy in that cell watching that interview like, yo, bring that one bottle with you next time. Let's see how long you last sliding out the courtroom. That was the moment I said to myself, poor Diddy, he's never getting out. Cause when your own team starts making jokes that sound like setups, yeah, it's a wrap. Part 2G, Mr. Baby Oil. In time to eat. Now that Baby Oil Mark was safe inside the courtroom, smooth walk, polite wave, like he ain't just defending the wildest trial of the decade, I figured, okay, now it's time to finally eat. But of course, right when you try to breathe for 1 second, here come the so-called professional paparazzi acting like TMZ security guards. One dude turned to me real passive aggressive like, hey guys, look, I know you new out here and all, but like, we're all trying to get the shot, man. No need to walk in front of everyone. Just wait like the rest of us. First off, bro, what?
Ben, you don't need to be that close, to be honest. If you're learning, please learn, because everybody's waiting. If you're learning, please pay attention what we're doing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know what I do wrong.
In front of the shots, everybody's waiting. Let them come, and we can have the shot, okay?
Oh.
But if you go in front, we need to jump in front. So please.
No, I was actually going to Starbucks. Excuse me.
I couldn't even understand half of what he was mumbling, but I knew one thing. He clearly ain't understand me. I wasn't trying to mess up nobody's little camera moment. I wasn't creeping in front of lenses or acting wild. I was just trying to explain to the man, I didn't even see Baby Oil Mark coming. I was just walking to get some damn food. And let's not forget, this a public sidewalk. I can walk wherever I want. Ain't nobody paying for VIP cement out here. So you know how Uncle Mike get down? I said my piece, real calm, real clean, and then I bounced. I don't argue with dudes who think standing outside with a Nikon makes them special. Especially not when I'm running on an empty stomach, no coffee, and my ribs feel like they in a boxing match with my spine. So I dipped. Now picture this, I'm finally making my way up the street when bam, guess who I see? Another lawyer, not just any lawyer, the main dude who was deep in the Young Thug case. Yeah, that guy, sharp suit, clean shoes, big name, and this man standing on the sidewalk casually tying his shoelace like he not about to step into the courtroom of this decade. We lock eyes. He looked at me like, yeah, I know you see me, I know why you here. And he was right. I had the big boy camera on me, not no TikTok selfie stick. He knew I wasn't just some bystander. But this time, I didn't even pull the camera up. I just nodded like a man and said, good morning. He nodded back, smooth and silent. It was one of those moments, unspoken respect, like he knew I could have filmed, could have snapped, but I didn't. And me, I was too hungry to focus on clout right then. My mind was already locked in on getting some food before the next circus moment popped off. Because in this trial, you step away for a second and you might miss history. Part 2H, the worst sandwich in America, and the moment it all went down. I finally made my way to a Dunkin' Donuts. Not because I love it, but because I had no choice. At this point, I'd eat napkins if they came with syrup. I was starving, shaking, and tired of smelling hot cameras and courtroom sweat. I ordered 2 of the worst breakfast sandwiches I've ever put in my mouth. And I'm not even being dramatic. There's bad food, then there's how did y'all even mess up eggs food. The eggs felt like rubber, but didn't even taste like rubber. Nah, it was worse. It tasted like somebody dissolved a Tylenol in hospital mashed potatoes. That bad. I tried to survive it, loaded it up with jelly, like drowning in jelly type rescue mission. I was back at the courthouse, sitting there in defeat, trying to focus on the bigger picture, literally. I peeled open the sandwich to add more jelly and the smell slapped me like an eviction notice. It smelled like the inside of a kangaroo's pouch after Coachella, just hot, sweaty, and full of regret. But I ate it anyway, because in moments like this, you don't eat for taste, you eat to survive. And as I'm sitting there, chewing on disappointment and cardboard, I start thinking about Puff. What's he eating in there? I mean, real talk, this sandwich was bad, but jail food, that's gotta be worse. You don't eat in jail to enjoy it. You eat just to make it to the next day. And that's a cold thought. I felt it heavy while I choked down the last bite. But just when I thought this was rock bottom, here come this dude. Random man walks up with a little chihuahua in his arms, asking me all kinds of questions like I'm holding an interview. I'm still mid-suffer with the sandwich in my stomach, nodding like, yeah. When all of a sudden this little dog straight up throws up right in front of me. Yup, right there, on the concrete. Little splatter of whatever that tiny stomach had left. Man, me and this lady nearby both gagged. I almost added my own remix to the sidewalk. I had just finished that nasty sandwich. Now I'm watching a dog lose its breakfast too. That smell? Game over. I was done, defeated, ready to go home. But then it happened. Just when I was about to wallow in my misery, a black SUV pulls up, and it's like a switch flipped. Every camera operator, every media person, every blogger with an iPhone went into a sprint. People scrambling, diving for position like it was the NBA Finals. You would have thought Beyonce was stepping out the back seat. And just like that, I forgot the smell. I forgot the sandwich. I forgot the throw up. Uncle Mike kicked back into gear. No time to be sick now. It's going down right now. I grabbed my camera, held it high, and pushed toward the madness because this was the moment we came for. This was why I hadn't slept, why I hadn't eaten real food, why I stood outside instead of watching from home. This was history, and I was here to capture it. Part 2Y, the car, the lie, and the rookie mistake. The first famous car pulls up. I'm still sitting down, half sick from that bootleg sandwich, half zoned out thinking about baby oil lawyers and barking chihuahuas. When suddenly, boom, it's happening. You know that feeling when the energy in the air shifts? That's what it felt like. I jump up, heart racing, hit the camera power, or so I thought. I'm in full sprint, threading between folks like Marshawn Lynch on 4th and Goal, trying to get my first real paparazzi moment. I'm running and holding my gear like it's the last cup of water in the desert. And surprisingly, I made it up close. Not too hard really, because honestly, the crowd still wasn't that deep. Maybe 15 heads max. So yeah, I had my spot. Now out steps this lady. Tiny, beautiful, mysterious. She had that energy, not loud, but powerful. You could feel the tension when she stepped out. Real clean outfit, shades on, and a muscle-bound bodyguard walking in sync like a damn video game character. Precision. But here's the crazy part. I ain't know who she was. No cap, I was looking at her face like, do I know you from a movie? YouTube, TikTok? I didn't recognize her, but everybody around me did. Phones out, cameras flashing, and I'm standing there thinking, I got this. My first real footage. Let's go, Uncle Mike. That's when I looked down. Camera still off. I didn't even turn on the cam. I turned on the gimbal balancer like a straight rookie. I'm holding a $2,000 piece of equipment like it's recording history, and the lens wasn't even watching. Now I'm mad at myself, sweating, breathing heavy, almost cussing out loud. But I didn't panic. I flipped the power on for real this time and got the shot just in time to catch the moment that took everybody off guard. One of the paparazzi yells out loud, "Hey, you dropped something." She looks down real quick, The whole line of cameras shifts like dominoes, and even I flinched. But here's the thing. We all knew that was a lie. Flat out. Ain't nobody dropped nothing. This was just one of them cheap tactics to get a reaction. Maybe make her bend down, maybe mess up her stride, maybe get a better angle for a oops moment. And right then, my Uncle Mike instincts kicked in.
What you mean she dropped something? Why would he say? I don't know. Why would you say that?
You know how many money shots I get?
Yeah, but
Over the shoulder shot.
that's a paparazzi. I'm new. I'm amateur.
That's paparazzi.
Yeah, I don't lie, so I don't know how to lie. Yeah, I ain't gonna sit there and lie to the people. But if that's how you roll, that's how you roll. My bad. I'm learning, you know.
What's happening, y'all?
How you doing there?
The feds, bro. That's the feds that came into court yesterday that brought Capricorn barking them out.
Oh yeah, that was
That's bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. This is the time I'm going to the Starbucks, man.
And the way he looked at me, you could tell he didn't care. He kind of smirked and said, "This the game, man. You new out here, huh?" I didn't even respond right away. I just nodded like, yeah, all right, because I already knew. Some of these cats ain't trying to document the truth. They just chasing the viral shot. But me, I'm out here chasing the full story. The truth, the vibe, the pain and pride all wrapped into one. And even if I missed the first 10 seconds, I got the part that mattered most. The look on her face when she realized the world was watching, even when it lies.
Part 2J, the realest star outside the courtroom, Uda. Now after that bold-faced paparazzi lie, things cooled off for a bit. Ain't no big celebrities pulling up, wasn't even no heavyweights from the court rolling in. Just your regular suits and secret faces. The type of folks that move quietly and carry authority you never get to question. But check this. Uncle Mike peeped one dude out there doing his thing. Not with a crew, not with a Hollywood cam setup, not with a boom mic and lighting rig, just his cell phone and a baby tripod. And man, he had that energy. I'm standing there watching like, yo, who is this dude? I ain't even trying to cap. I told him 3 separate times, bro, you the most entertaining thing out here. Dead serious. While folks were just standing around talking about nothing, he was live streaming with more life in his voice than the whole street combined, breaking things down, narrating the scene, acting out conversations, like he was reporting and acting and directing all at once. So I walk up, respectful, and ask,
Who was that lady that hopped out the car earlier with the big dude bodyguard?
Without skipping a beat, he says, she working the case, bro. I think DEA might be FBI. She ain't famous. She don't want to be famous. And then he smiled. He said, I saw you looking all mad you didn't catch the shot, but don't trip. You ain't missed nothing. That wasn't even the money moment. We both laughed, and boom, just like that, it was on. Me and him vibing, 2 dudes on the same mission, but with totally different styles.
Right? Got Diddy off his bumper. Diddy looking for him like this. Which way did he go? Diddy see the police drive by. They going to his crib. They going to Cuddy crib. Diddy get low. Diddy tell Capricorn Clark like, yo, listen to me, y'all. Y'all better go find him, and y'all better tell him don't ixnay to them eggs pay. Y'all better tell him not go talk to the bacon. It's gonna be something else frying. All of y'all going down out here. Great. Clip it on. He said, yo, because all of them gonna be get dealt with. It's gonna get serious, okay, if he go talking to them people. So she like, what? So she beelining to Cuddy crib. She on the hills in LA now. Going to Cuddy crib. She gets back to Cuddy crib. She like, yo, Cuddy, listen to me, yo. Cassie did there like, yo, look, you cannot tell them people, bro. I already know you got bacon grease on you. You want to talk to the people. Hold on. Ixnay with the X pay. They talking pig Latin, all types of things. Now, I don't know if they were talking pig Latin, but I'm going to put the pig Latin on it. So I'm like, yo. They like, yo, Ixnay with the egg pays, bro. Chill, you about to get us all. I told you, Eddie Martin in life, upper room when Jesus comes. You about to get us all Jesus comes. So she like, yo, chill. So he like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do it. Cause you know he loved Cassie, he in love. Whatever, I'd have been in love too, whatever. So boom. So now they go to Diddy crib. Cassie and them go to Diddy crib. They saw an image on the screen of Diddy's house, that's rental property that he's renting. Big sprawling mansion. They show the back of the house. Capricorn goes say, okay, that's the back of the house. We entered through the front though. Cause he also told her, tell Cassie that if she don't turn up and you don't go get her and you bring her back, then something gonna happen to you. So he said, what? So now she on Cassie bumper.
And let me tell y'all something right now. This man's name is Uda. Remember it. Uda ain't out here clout chasing. He ain't faking the funk. He started his YouTube channel just a few months ago when this whole Diddy circus popped off. And guess what? He already passed 12,000 subscribers. Yeah, 12,000. Now look, Uncle Mike plays 5 instruments. I got my own studio. Been grinding for years. And it took me damn near 2 full years to crawl past that 10K line. This brother, 4, maybe 5 months. Just a phone, just passion, just talent. Yeah, I'm mad impressed. But nah, don't get it twisted. I ain't jealous, never that. Because real recognize real, and talent gotta be celebrated. And the more I watched him, the more I learned. I'm over here filming him, soaking up game like a sponge in a drought, watching how he speaks to his viewers like they standing next to him, how he moves with confidence, but not arrogance, how he acts out everything like he's in a one-man stage play on the sidewalk. This man got it. He ain't just telling a story, he living it, and that's more than I can say for the next clown that walked up, but we gonna get to him next.
Part 2K, Stickman Jimmy and the Snitch Patrol. Now, here come the drama. It was a little too quiet out there, like the street needed some chaos to breathe again. The courtroom energy had cooled off. No big cars, no big names, even the fake paparazzi were getting restless. And that's when it happened. That moment where the air shifted, like a fog of crazy just rolled in and everybody started tweaking. First up, enter Stickman Jimmy. Yeah, I said it. That's what we call him now. Cause this dude pulled out what looked like a whole damn 2x4, like he was about to go fix a fence or break somebody's spine. He out here in broad daylight chasing another dude down the sidewalk like it's a cartoon scene. But look, this ain't no real beef. Nah. From the way the other dude was moving, laughing a little, you could tell they knew each other. This wasn't a random I'm about to wreck you situation. This was more like, come on bruh, again with this stick? Jimmy wasn't running, he was just strolling like he was hunting ghosts, while the other dude moved backward with that I don't feel like playing grin. Then Jimmy swings, but not at the guy, at a light pole. Now hold up, it ain't even the swing that got folks heated. It was where he swung and how wild he did it, because when he let that stick fly at that pole, he nearly took out this lady standing nearby. Now she wasn't just any lady, she was a reporter, not one of the big camera crews, but she had a badge and a mic and was clearly there for the story. And now she almost part of the story, in the worst way. But here's the thing, Jimmy wasn't aiming at her. He just swung with too much drunken freedom, like he'd been sipping something strong before sunrise. Then he started tearing stuff up, light fixtures, sidewalk signs, even one of them soft cushiony crowd divider things. Just straight wilding. People started yelling, "Ayo, cut that out. Take that somewhere else." But Jimmy, he in his own zone. He swinging like this sidewalk done offended his mama or something. Now this is when it gets real funny. Some of the folks up front in the court line, you know, the early risers, the ones who camped out for the front row show, they got out of line. Why? To go snitch. That's right. They walked all the way back down the street to tell a cop what Jimmy was doing. And I'm standing there like, oh nah, they done snitched on Jimmy. Uncle Mike said it out loud. You can hear me in the footage clear as day.
No,
Wow.
she gotta act like Jimmy to get a cigarette from me. Head down the block, Jimmy.
Damn, Jimmy.
Stop swinging that stick over here, man.
They done snitched on you, Jimmy. I'm gonna let you know now. They already snitched on you, Jimmy. They snitched on Jimmy, didn't they? Look here, we try to be peaceful. Jimmy over here with the stick. Jimmy with the stick. Jimmy with the stick, baby. How y'all know his name Jimmy? No, that's what I want to know.
Jimmy, you're not sitting over here, bro. I'm like, damn it, she's not playing. She dipped.
Who? Yeah.
Give it to him,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
There you go. Look, speak up, I can't hear.
Yo, they snitched on Jimmy. Police come strolling up, calm and collected. No sirens, no tackling, just one officer stepping to Jimmy with that give it up energy. And now Jimmy stand there gripping that stick like he Moses parting traffic. For a second, I thought he wasn't gonna let it go. He squared up like, you gonna have to take it. But eventually, he gave it up. No cuffs, no slam to the ground. Just handed the stick over with that drunken disappointment in his eyes like, damn, they really got me. And that's how Stickman Jimmy became a part of Uncle Mike's court chronicles. Not for a crime, not for a fight, but for getting snitched on by some sidewalk citizens trying to protect their place in line. And guess what? The real action was just getting started.
Yeah, how you doing? Hey, oh, thank you. I don't get that a lot. She said Uncle Mike handsome, baby. Yeah. Nah, go ahead. I'm sorry. What's up?
Who you with, baby?
The Music Recording Network.
Part 2L, the put out lady. Now next up, oh boy, it's time we talk about her. I call her the put out lady. And before y'all minds go wild, nah, it's not like that. She not putting out the way you think. I call her the put out lady, cause everywhere she go, she get put out. Put out the courtroom, put out the overflow room. Now, yep, put out the line. I first started noticing her when she was trying to calm down Stickman Jimmy. And at first, I'm like, okay, cool. She trying to de-escalate, respect. But nah, that wasn't no peacekeeping mission. It was just the start of the drama. Next thing I know, she starts snapping, fussing at YouTubers, talking loud, defending Gene Deal like that's her cousin or bodyguard or pastor. I'm sitting there like, who is this woman? And she always played the same hand, the race card, like it's the only one in her deck. You could have two people going at each other, black on black, white on white, didn't matter. She jump in like a street referee with a megaphone, pick a side, and start talking like she the judge, jury, and narrator.
Girl, she got the Sony headphones. She got the Sony headphones on and everything. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. She got the dead cats and everything. They are rolling. Uh-oh.
All right, you're not going to be allowed in the building at all. What are you talking about?
Uh-oh, she always getting in trouble.
What are you talking about? I'm not allowed in the building today.
I wish I had a Zoom because I'm not going over there.
Oh, I'm back to the bus? Okay.
Back of the bus. You a fucking nigga and I should go my tickets, you fucking bitch.
Meet me outside. I live on 39th and 3rd.
It's always got to be one. Always got to be one. Always got to be one, y'all.
Uncle Mike don't usually get rattled, but she had me shook just a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to film, stay chill, and I keep thinking, if I go back up there and she spot me, she gonna come at me with that fake cousin energy. Hi, B, I seen your YouTube channel. You was talking shade about me. What up, cousin? Nah, ma'am, not today. Uncle Mike ain't in the mood to be verbally tackled by somebody who may or may not work for the MTA. Yeah, people say she wear the same MTA jacket every day, but ain't nobody really seen her working. She got all day to argue, and I'm thinking, if you got a job in the New York transit system, why you camped out at court every day like it's a summer festival? And man, she would not stop trying to talk to me. Every time I moved, there she was, popping up like a side quest. So I finally hit her with the Uncle Mike business card. That's right, Uncle Mike was the only person out there handing out business cards, like a pro. And you already know what happened next. She go, "Oh, I actually got my own company that make business cards too." "Oh, word? Cool," I said. "Let me see yours then." Boom, she hit me with the classic, "Oh, I don't got none on me right now." Y'all already know what time it is. That's why I keep saying nobody promotes themselves with business cards anymore, not like Uncle Mike. And after that moment, I made sure to keep my respectful distance. I think everybody did. She ain't dangerous. She just extra loud, messy, and trying to be a main character in everybody else's story. But this my story.
If the white folks call a nigga, I ain't gonna say nothing. That's the aggravating. Like, bro, if I'm in the courthouse and me and G deal getting into it, why is you coming out here saying something?
Part 2M. DJ act in the Cloud Chasers. Okay, so we done talked about Stickman Jimmy, and we done broke down the whole vibe of the Put Out lady. Now let's talk about DJ act. Well, my DJ. I call him that because everybody out there was saying the same thing. You ain't that dude look like DJ Academics? And yeah, he kinda do. Same vibe, same face, same I ain't slept but got energy attitude. But let me be real with y'all. That name, DJ Academics, that name got some weight on it. And not in a good way. Ain't nobody forgot the way that man once said some wild, out-of-pocket stuff about a 15-year-old boy. And Uncle Mike don't play like that. I don't support that. I don't co-sign that, period. Even the little man had more sense than him because he keeps saying, "Come on, bro. You trying to get someone out here to catch a case? I'm only 15, what you doing?" But this dude kept on and on. And then to top it all off, he told everyone to F off. Like he was not even sorry for doing any of this. So no way, guys, Uncle Mike is not down with these type of folks. Go DJ. That's my DJ. DJ Academics. So I'm out there just observing, and this cat and a couple others moving like they big time. I'm talking full-on cell phone paparazzi mode. We outside, we live, big court energy. Like, bro, calm down. It's 9:37 in the morning, and you screaming like it's the Grammys. Now I ain't hating, Uncle Mike loves hustle. But I also love substance. And my DJ, he had a whole lot of noise, but not much meaning behind it. I'm trying to be polite, waiting for him to stop ranting to the live. Not even because I wanted a soundbite or anything. Nah, I was just trying to get my mic back.
The man this is the biggest trial in the last decade. Sean Combs is on trial. He's a bad boy for real because he did bad things. They say that manifestation is real. He been screaming bad boy, I'm a bad boy, and he did bad things, right? So it came through. He manifested some real bad stuff. He's inside. Diddy's inside and we outside. Diddy's locked up and they won't let him out. Okay? The government is not trying to let him out. 12 jurors might let him go off. It might be a mistrial. The prosecution, they're not really scoring like they're supposed to. They put witnesses up. Capricorn came on yesterday. She did okay. She made some powerful statements. Okay? She reminisced. She remembered they was going after Kid Cudi with the blicky. Diddy put the blicky to her. Diddy also abused her. Suge Knight got in the way. I said, chill. And some money was involved in that. Because did you know Diddy had to pay Capricorn on the side some money? Because Suge Knight came in the situation. So it's a lot of things going on, a lot of mix-up. It's more like a novella. It's turning into a soap opera.
And just like that, it was over. Uncle Mike ain't see no stars. I ain't go inside the courtroom and I ain't hit the overflow room either. I just knew deep down it wasn't worth it. Not for me. What I came for wasn't in that building. It was in the streets. The truth, the people, the vibe. That raw reality you can't get watching a live stream from home. All I could think about was getting back to my car. I was tired, I was hungry, and my camera battery was hanging on for dear life, just like me. But yo, let me keep it 100 with y'all. The only thing that really made this trip worth it was the fact that I did it. I said I was going to New York, and guess what? I went. No excuses, no delays. I pulled up. I met some amazing people out there too, some wild, and a few just like me trying to document the moment for the culture. And the real cherry on top, I met my favorite YouTuber in the flesh. That was like running into an old friend I never met. Just real respect, real talk, and no ego. That moment gonna stay with me forever. Now, as I made my way back to the car, camera bag on my shoulder, shoes dusty from standing all day, I had one last mission, stay awake on the drive home. So I hit the live button. I went live just to keep my eyes open. But y'all showed up for me heavy. To everybody who joined that live, who dropped a comment, cracked a joke, or just kept me company on that long ride back home, you don't know how much that meant to Uncle Mike. That wasn't just a stream, that was family riding shotgun with me. That was real. So even though I ain't catch no celebrities and didn't get inside the courtroom, I got something better. I got connection, I got story, I got proof that showing up matters, and that's what this whole channel's about. This is Uncle Mike signing off from NYC, and yeah, we'll be back.